Here are the 6 tips for moon photography if you don't want to go crazy. You can always go crazy, but that's up to you. Number 1 is bring your tripod. With moon photography, it is kind of essential to bring your tripod. You can do it handheld, but when you do a handheld, look at this. It's not the easiest thing to do. I'm actually recording this, but the same rules generally apply when photographing the moon. Having a tripod with you, it just makes things easier. It keeps things balanced, and you don't have to worry about constantly holding that heavy lens, that telephoto zoom lens, in your hand as you're shooting the full moon. Tip number 2 is always check the weather before you go out. It could be a cloudy night and you'll never see the moon. Damn it. Yeah, the lunar eclipse of 2026, which just happened a day or two ago. I was really disappointed because it was supposed to be an amazing event in New Jersey, and because of clouds, that never happened. And I wasted my time waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I saw this. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, that's what happens with clouds. That's what I wanted. I wanted like a blood red moon, but I got nothing. So always check the forecast. Otherwise, you're going to end up sleep deprived for no reason. Tip number 3 is to have multiple lenses. A telephoto zoom lens is pretty much required. To get close-up details, you want something at least like 300 millimeters, preferably 400 millimeters or beyond, but 300 at least. You also want a smaller one, like a 35 millimeter wide angle lens. If you can buy more than one, go for it. But if you're a photographer, that's kind of a luxury item, so do the best you can. Tip number 4, photography is easier than videography in terms of holding the lens. Try to hold that telephoto zoom lens for 2 minutes, you're gonna have a headache. You're gonna be shaking like crazy. And again, that's why you need your tripod. If you're just taking shots, a shot doesn't take much time. Tip number 4.5. Yeah, I mentioned clouds before being a detriment to the moon. I only meant that in the sense that if they're thick enough where they cover the moon, that's when they're a headache. But generally, clouds in front of the moon are actually quite nice, and it kind of gives it that mysterious feeling. So yeah, I like clouds actually a lot. So I kind of gave it a bad rap, but they're quite useful as a visual element because without the clouds, it can be quite boring sometimes. Like, why are you going to record with a moon? You can zoom in and out of it, but the moon, aside from it, does move. It doesn't move a whole lot. So the clouds kind of create that nice atmosphere. Tip number 5, I start out with an f8 in terms of the f-stop. You can do f8, f10, f11. Usually when I'm at 400 millimeters, that's what I shoot with. So it's up to you what you want to do, but in that range is actually quite good. f8 actually I think is the best for my lens, but any one of those numbers is pretty good. I'm not sure if I would go beyond f11, so you could actually bump up the shutter speed too, if it is too bright. And shutter speed, go as high as you want to, but try not to go under 1/400th of a second. Tip number 6 is the Looney Rule, f11 to be exact. It's specifically for moonlight photography. The ISO stays low, like can be as low as 100 to 800 ISO, and then the reverse for the shutter. So you kind of inverse the number for the shutter versus the ISO. The issue with this is you tend to lose clouds and other formations around the moon. Here are some final thoughts on moon photography. I think f8 works the best for my lens, but your lens might be different. f11, the Looney Rule, works really well too. And you just have to find the sweet spot with your lens. Also, the moon is constantly moving. So if you set that thing on a tripod and let it record for minutes, it's going to be off your screen, off your video within a couple minutes or so. So always remember the moon is moving. It's never standing still. So go out there and shoot that full moon, even if it isn't a blood moon.